Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, soldiers of the Boss Army. How you doing? Hope you're good. Hope you're fine. Hope you're beautiful. I'm so excited to be here. Yeah. I want to just welcome you once again. I know this is not the first class we are having this semester. I remember we did a good study guide some days back. So this is not the first class I'll be having with you people, but mm, let's just say most of us might just be getting settled or might just be getting in touch with the boss. So if this is your first time of coming across this platform, you're welcome. We're so excited to have you. Open University of Nigeria is more than grateful to have you. All right. And I cannot wait for you to take advantage of every great opportunity that you're going to be getting thanks to this next level that you have come into. All right. So there's a lot of, questions that we have been asking me that I want to quickly, deal with before we get down to the business of the day. Now, the first question that people have been asking me is regarding the email. Now, this email situation is very tricky. All right. There will be a separate and detailed tutorial on that even after this explanation. So just watch out for it if what I'm about to say does not really connect well to you. All right. So I'm going to explain both in text and virtually as well. I'm going to have a full hands-on explanation on that because people get it mixed up. Now, when it comes to the email, what you do is this. On your device could be your laptop, your device could be your mobile phone. Now, on this device, you open Google, all right? You go open Google and you type Gmail login. Yes. Now, if you already have Gmail open on that device, it is going to open that particular account for you. So let's assume that on your phone, you've logged into your Gmail, your personal Gmail account. When you open Gmail, it will give you access into that Gmail, your own personal account, which has been on that platform, before then. Are you understanding? Are you confused? Okay, I hope not. Now, for you to open the school mail, because the school mail is quite different from your personal email, what you're gonna do is you punch a place where they will say they say manage accounts, not manage, manage add accounts particularly, but there's some devices you also see somewhere like manage account. What you should be looking out for is add accounts. So when you add accounts, it's going to open email. So there's a place where you have to input the email. You put in your matric number. Let's say your matric number is NOU145C78, whatever. You should know your matric number by now. Start familiarizing yourself with it. Then when you put it, you enter at NOUN, that is now, noun.edu.ng. Your matric number as in sign, that is the A with the circular round symbol at NOUN, that is now.edu.ng. So when you click on that, if you are not understanding what I'm saying, you can let me know in the comment section, all right, as you are listening to me now. So when you click on that, when you have done this, okay, you click on next. Now, if the school has created a mail for you, if they have created a mail with your matric number, you are going to see next. That means you're going to see password after you have clicked next. So it's going to ask for your password. And for the first time, since you are logging into that platform for the first time, you are going to use your matric number. So your matric number, the NOU, okay, before the numbers, the will be in capital letter. Okay, that is the letters will be capital, that is block letters. Then you log in. All things being equal, it is supposed to now open for you and then ask you if you want to change to another password, which you can do. All right, but make sure you are choosing something that you can easily remember. Don't choose password that tomorrow when they ask you what is your password, you start scratching your head, or you start, because once you misplace your password or once you forget your password, you will not be able to log in again until you go back to them at the ICT. You go back to the ICT unit. You cannot change password again on your own. So just be careful. Use something you can easily remember. So that's just it. Go to Google login, Google Gmail login, enter your matric number at nou.edu.ng as email, and then your matric number, okay, as password. Now, if you are using your device, that you're using your mobile device, sorry, okay, that's your smartphone, please make sure that you install Mozilla Firefox, okay, install Mozilla Firefox or Opera Mini. All right, in some cases, Chrome does not open that platform from mobile gadgets, but it opens on laptop. So if you are trying it on your mobile device and it's giving you issue, try using a different you know, and try using a different what do they call this? So web browser. All right, yes, web browser. Try using a different web browser, preferably Mozilla Firefox or Opera Mini. All right, and then that is that for that. So in our next class, I'm going to talk about the eLearn platform. I'm going to talk about TMA, and the TMA is your test, okay, your assessment, the way your teachers in your normal conventional settings when you were in secondary school gave you tests, you know, at some point during the semester or during the term, okay, which they add to your exam score to determine if you are going to be promoted or not. That is what the TMA is also like, but this one is computer based. Okay, so just get ready for it. Apart from TMA, we also have some courses that are practical courses whereby you need to visit lab. All right, also have your eyes out for that. And in that case, some people might need to travel because when it gets to that level, some of your states does not have the lab facility. You might need to travel to that state, but trust me, when that time comes, we'll talk about that as well. If you want to book for your TMA, that means you want to say, the boss, I am very, very busy. Now, the basis for you giving your TMA out should be that you are very, very busy. You don't have the time to do it, not because you are being lazy. All right. So if you know that you are very busy, you are occupied, all right, your hands are full, and you don't want to mess with it, you want someone that will assist you, we are here for you. So reach out to us on WhatsApp. There is going to be a link. You will see a link at the description point of this video. Click it, it will take you to direct you to our WhatsApp platform. Ask your questions, okay, and you will be attended to. All right, having said that, let's move down to the business of the day. All right, so today we shall be looking at use of English communication skills. Use of English and communication skills. Now, it's very, very important for you to know that in this particular school, you are bound to meet a lot of people. A lot of people. The people you are going to meet are your colleagues. You meet your colleagues at some point. You might need to interact with them one way or the other. You will meet staffs of the school. Some of them could be facilitators as per the lecturers that will be there to guide you through. Some of them could be facilitators. Some of them could be administrative staffs. So those are not like the non-academic staffs. Those that you meet at the office, you want to submit file, you want to make inquiry, you want to pay school fees. Those that are there in bursary and different section of the school. All right. Apart from these two class of people, you also get to meet some other persons like business center agents, people that are into business around the school that helped you to print this, print that, photocopy this. You meet a whole lot of people. So the stakeholders in the school are large. Okay, it's quite large. The stakeholders of the school is quite large, it's enormous. So you're going to meet a lot of people. So it's important for you to know how to communicate so that you can be able to coexist with all these people you are going to meet. And another thing you need to know is that you are coming to school because you want to build yourself. When you have built yourself, then you need to go out there and show what you've got. So people should look at you and be like, yeah, 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 this fellow actually went to school. This fellow actually went to school. So you wouldn't want to pass off as someone that is an illiterate. All right. So communication is very, very important. And our country, being a country that has English language as its, you know, main official language, it's no secret that we are studying it in this particular case. So this is a course that will build you up. For those that were my class yesterday, I was teaching your senior colleague and I was telling them about the different communication skills we have. There is a one that we call active. So this is one that you use when you have something to share. And we have the ones that are receptive. These are the ones you need to have if you actually want to get what other people have got loaded within them. All right. So if you want to go deeper, you will see that the active communication skills are what speaking and writing. So speaking and writing, when you speak, all right, you are sharing information, you are communicating, or let me just use the word passing out what you have within you, what you know, what you feel like sharing. All right. And then the other two, which is what I called the receptive, all right, they are not as active as the other ones, are listening and reading. So when you listen and read, you are actually what? Grabbing what has been presented before you. Now, for this particular course, and that is this semester, because this is a course for 100 level 4 semester students, except if you're a direct entry student, like maybe you came in as 200 or 300 level student, they might direct you to go back and do the courses. Except in that case, then you're welcome. So if you are doing this course, you need to know that what you are going to be focusing on in this case is majorly the receptive skills, the passive skill, that is listening and reading. So this course is going to be focusing majorly on listening and reading, how to listen well. Most time we don't usually get good teachings when it comes to listening. We are being told all the time, read, write, read, write. When it comes to, listening and, getting what people are saying, we don't always do that. That is why we always have problem a lot. Okay, so listening is a skill, a communication skill that is very, very vital, one of the basic communication skills, and this course material did justice to it. All right. Then in the later part of the course material is to start talking about reading. So now, talking about listening, who is a listener? That's the first question I will want us to answer this evening. Okay, who is a listener? Now, a listener is anybody capable of listening to anything said and possibly participating in what is being demanded. So when you say listening, that means you have an ear that is working. You are able to grab information. You are able to grab information from what has been said. All right, your ear can pick it. And not only can your ear pick it, you are able to concentrate so that you can pick what was being said, process it, and make decision from it. That makes you a listener. Okay, so that act of listening is beyond just, picking sound. It is actually giving it attention so that it can do certain kind of work in your life or the life of others. Okay? Now, what do you listen to? You can listen to a lot of things. You can listen to tape recorders, videos, or lecture. Just as I'm here with you, you are listening to me. Okay? That is very, very good example. In your offices, most of us are working. You listen to your boss when he or she is speaking to you. All right? You listen to numerous things around you. All right? That is it. Listening, 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 listening. So I want to believe that on your own you can name different scenarios in which you have to listen. I want to see that in the comment section. So in the comment section, you can start giving it to me. What are the different things you listen to? Okay. Now, why must we listen? Listening is a compulsory day-to-day activity for gathering information and understanding. Yes, it is compulsory. It is not optional. As far as you are in an organization, as far as you want progress, you want growth, you want expansion, you want to be informed, you've got to listen. Okay, so listening is very, very important. So important in our day-to-day activity. All right. And some will say I occupy a position where I do a lot of talking. Even when you talk, you still need to take feedback. So you need to hear what people are saying. You need to see how they react to what you just said or what you keep saying. So everybody listening is part of life. Okay, it's now down to how well can you listen. All right. Now, what are the two major parts of listening activities? Now, we have what they call listening in general, social setting, listening in general, social setting, and listening for specific purposes. So when we say listening in general social setting, that means a kind of listening that is not focused, that is not um, specified, it is not directed or coordinated towards anything. It is just a free flow kind of listening. Okay, in this kind of listening, attention can be very, very, very superficial or could be superficial, right? But the other kind of listening that we have is what listening for specific. So there is a particular thing you want to pick. There's a particular thing you want to pick from that particular exchange. That is specific purpose. Listening for specific purpose, just for one thing. It could be academic purpose. It could be academic. It could be it could be marital. It could be direction. It could be spiritual. It could be anything. Okay, but it must be one thing. So once you start hearing or perceiving anything outside what you are there for, you are out. Every one of us is in this class listening to me because you have a purpose. All right. When you are scrolling on your TikTok or Instagram, sometimes you don't really have anything you are looking for. You just want to just go there and just while away time and all. Okay. But in a setting like this, you don't come here by chance. You were intentionally guided. You did not misroad. It was not by mistake that you entered into this place at this time. All right. You were here by your senses. Your senses were at work. You came in because there is something you want to pick. And if what you are here for is actually not what you are getting, you will not waste time to leave. All right. Because of what you are not hearing what you want to hear. So there is always that kind of listening where there is a particular thing you want to hear. All right. The next thing on our slide is What kind of listening is the focus of this study? So when we, as I just said, it is listening for specific purpose. So this is specific purpose, and the purpose in this case is academic. The purpose here is academic. Okay. Now, what are the requirements for active listening? What are the requirements for active listening? The first one is functioning ears. Functioning ears. So, functioning ears is the first condition. The second one is concentration. Concentration. First one is functioning ears. Second one is concentration. Third one is thinking along with the speaker. Fourth one is anticipation. And the fifth is what? Noting signpost. Functioning ears. Your ear must be working. If you cannot hear what I'm saying, there's no way you can listen to me. All right? Even when you have hearing deficiency, okay, there's always provision for hearing aids. All right? Okay. Apart from that, sometimes some people can be some people can be so dumb. Okay, is it dumb? Okay, not dumb. Dumb is that you cannot speak. Deaf. They could be very, very deaf, like nothing, no hearing aid or anything can help. They just can't pick any sound. And some of them, if their eyes is working, they can see. You can use sign language to communicate to them, and from that they can be able to pick information. If it's the one that cannot see and is also deaf, okay, that is blind and deaf. So in such instance, sign language might not really work, but they can you can communicate. That is when they are reading. Okay, like the way they teach people like that, using some kind of braille, this kind of notes whereby the writings are punctured, in such a way that they can, by touching the material with their hands, they can be able to tell what has been written. What am I trying to say? There are some subtle ways that you can actually get to help somebody with ears that is not functioning to still understand or receive what you want to present. But that one is something beyond normal, and it takes a lot of expertise, okay, and training, both on the side of the communicator and the receiver of the information. So, having said all this, you can see that if you actually don't have a functioning ear, it makes listening very, very difficult, if not even impossible. Then we have concentration. Now, if you end at listening, at functioning ear, what you are going to be doing is hearing. So, if your ear is functioning, what you do with your ear is hear. You don't listen with your ear, you hear. Your ear hears. All right. So, for you to be said to have listened, your mind needs to be involved, and that is where concentration comes in. So, if you are in this class and you are possibly maybe at this moment you are cooking, you are sweeping, you are washing, you are doing so many things, and your mind is not focused on what we are doing, definitely you are not listening. You are just hearing. Okay, you are just hearing. That's why when you say you call someone or you're reaching out to somebody and the person is like, I cannot hear you, I cannot hear you. It is, or you're speaking a language they don't know. They can't get what you're saying. They can't tell the meaning of what you're saying because the language looks strange to them. And they're like, I cannot hear what you're saying. You tell them, no, you can hear me. You just can't understand me. So hearing is a surface level to listening, okay? You also need to think along with the speaker. If you want to listen and attain comprehension, because when you listen, okay, when you hear well, then you are qualified to listen. And once you listen well, you are qualified to comprehend. If at listening your standard is to comprehend, you want to understand what is being said, then you need to think alongside the speaker. If you miss it, if you miss that particular line, you lose track of what the speaker is saying, you are bound to miss it. You're bound to miss it, and miss it big time. So take notes. Okay. Now, how does concentration relate to listening? Or how does comprehension, not concentration, how does comprehension? I just explained that earlier. I said that comprehension happens while listening. You're listening to comprehend. That means you listen to understand. And there's no way understanding will come when you are not a listener. You need to be an active listener to attain comprehension. Now, why is flexibility in listening and comprehension important? When we say flexibility, that means there can be changes. It is not rigid. It can be adjusted. All right. So why is it important to have this flexibility in listening and comprehension? Now, flexibility in listening and comprehension allows adaptation to different situations and varying levels of comprehension. All right. Now, what are some factors affecting comprehension? The first one is lack of familiarity with the topic. Lack of familiarity with the topic. So if they are discussing a topic, if somebody is discussing a topic that you don't really know much about, there are chances you might not understand. Okay? Lack of concentration. If you are being distracted, you are bound not to understand. Lack of interest. When your mind is already made up. When your mind is already made up and when your mind is meant or bent on not receiving something, all right, that thing is not gonna be understood. So if someone is offering something to you and you don't have interest in it, you will not be able to receive. Okay. All right. Then we have lack of interest. As I said, limited language or vocabulary and inability to think deeply. Limited language or vocabulary. So when we say limited language means it means that you don't have enough words. Okay, you don't have enough words in you. So please, as I was saying earlier, if you want to book for your TMA, we are available. Okay, people are really registering with us. I will send a mail out to most of us that have registered, and tell us what next to do. So as I was saying, inability to think deeply is another one. But before, the limited language means, for instance, if we talk about science, some of us, we don't know a lot of words. We don't know a lot of words. Don't understand the meaning of so many words in the world of science. So when the person that is talking is dwelling on those deep words that has scientific tone, we will be lost. Start hearing botanical name of animals, you just be like, what is he saying? What is he saying? What is she saying? You understand? So it's very, very, very important, very, very important for you to have words. Word bank, like let your word bank have depth, all right, in any given subject that you are out to listen to. Okay, it's very, very important. If I am telling you about Nigeria and you don't know certain places in Nigeria, you don't know Lagos, you don't know Asaba, you don't know Oka, you don't know Maiduguri, you don't know Abuja, you don't know Port Harcourt, you don't know Enugu, you don't know Ibadan, you don't know Minna, you don't know any place at all, and you're hearing me mention these cities, you will be lost. You'll be lost. Okay? Even if you have not been there, you need to know that, oh, there is a place called Taraba, and perhaps it is located in a place like this here in Nigeria. All right. So that is what I'm talking about. When you don't actually have understanding of certain words in that particular discipline or field that is being discussed, you are bound to feel lost. Okay. Now, can a deaf person listen? Yes, I've explained that you can listen through sign language. Sign language. That is a deaf person. You cannot hear, but obviously you can see, so you can listen through sign language. What is the relationship between a reader and a listener? A reader is also a listener. Okay. Readers are also listeners because both of you are doing the same thing. You are both absorbing what has been passed across. Just that for Mr. Reader, what he is receiving was presented to him through text. And Mr. Listener, what was presented to him was presented through words. So that's just the difference. So what do listening activities involve? Listening activities involve listening to friends, directions, lectures, conversations, and more. What are the two components of listening activity? We have listening in general social settings and listening for specific purpose. I've already explained that. How can comprehension level differ during listening? Now, some speeches may be superficially comprehended while others require proper attention. So when they say superficially, that means it is at the surface level, it is not deep. So there are some things that you don't need to, even if it's not even about need, you don't understand it deeply. If we talk about mathematics, all right, our level of understanding mathematics differs. There are people that have strong depth in mathematics. Before you even finish a question, I've told you the answer. But there are others that the only mathematics they know is maybe 1 + 1 is 2. So they both have understanding, they both have comprehension, okay? But the levels are different. One is superficial and the other is deep, okay? So if you want to have a superficial comprehension, definitely you give it very little concentration. If you want to have a deep comprehension, you give it a very, very strong attention. Now, what is the relationship between listening and comprehension? Listening is essential for comprehension. Listening is essential for comprehension. What's different between note taking and note making? Now, this is a different topic altogether. We will not be going into that this evening. All right, we'll start it when next will come around. Now, it's important for you to understand that when you listen and when you read, there is always a need for you to pen down something. Yes, you need to have a note. Everyone needs to have a note. I wish I could turn on my video so that you can see me. I have notes here on my bed. I can see so many books, different purposes. Have notes where if I have any dream or there's any vision or any idea that comes to me, I have a place I penned it down. All right. Even these days, you can even have electronic notes. Mobile devices are there for you. Our laptops, your tablet, you can have notes where you share things. You note, you put things down, jot things down as they come to you. All right. I have notes for my classes. I have scripts. When I'm preparing my class, I plan ahead of it. My content I share online, different things I do. In fact, sometimes I can be overwhelmed because I have so many notes that even to manage them, can become a burden. All right. So you note, and this is what you put down most time comes from what you listen or what you read. So if what you are writing down or what you are penning down is coming from you listening to somebody, hearing somebody speak to you, that becomes note taking. If what you are putting down, you receive it via reading up what has been written down by another, it becomes note making. So we're going to be diving into that. So please, I want us to quickly drop our questions on the comment section if you have any. All right. And don't forget to use the links on the description side of the video to reach out to us if you need anything at all. Okay, especially when it comes to running our services. Please, let's always encourage us by patronizing and also referring our colleagues. You can also share this class link with them, okay, so that they can always come in and watch replays if they cannot join us while we are live. All right. So I think that will be it for now. I will be waiting for us on WhatsApp for further discussions. Those that still have questions regarding the email, you can reach out to me. I will be willing to give you a few minutes of my time before going to bed to address your difficulties. I also promise to do a more comprehensive content as to that regard, so that you guys won't be disturbing me too much. Just say email, I'll just be like, okay, go there, go there. So I'm going to have that and I will upload for us to go and digest. All right, so it has been a wonderful time, with us. I really enjoyed hearing or sharing my knowledge with you people. And of course, I feel honored that you guys find me fit enough to listen to. This has been the voice of the legit boss, MSC. Every other boss out there is nothing but just a counterfeit. Tell them and let them know.